Jordan, walk us through kind of how you felt like the defense was able to bounce back in the big fashion that you guys did against Rutgers.
You could just tell everybody was playing with each other and for each other. I feel like at all three levels we played better than we did at Penn State week. You can tell everybody was excited. Everybody was flying around to the ball. You could just see it all over the film.
We saw a big day for your safety partner in Newbin.
Yeah.
How would you describe just kind of how fast he's able to play at this point?
You could just see it when, even before the play, like we can already, sometimes we can tell, oh, what's coming. We always communicate before, but you could just see the way he's breaking on the ball, the way he just looks out there, and I'm just proud of him, just seeing him grow up from where he came from.
What has he helped you with? How's he improved your game, I guess?
On the field,
yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Just knowing, aware, like what's going to come within formations or whatever that you're going to get from the other side, because we do play on two different sides, so we just got to make sure that we're on the same level. And he does help me with that, because sometimes you are locked in on what's going on, what your side is. But yeah.
He says that he's got handshakes with like half the team.
He does.
How did that come about, and how would you describe the one you guys have?
That's just him personally. Like, even when he got here, we started, like, before we didn't really have that communication, but like each year kept going on, we started making handshakes, and now he has one pretty much half the team, even with Coach Flake. It's pretty cool though. It's funny.
Obviously, you guys don't like to have comparisons, but PJ said it multiple times himself about Newbin and Winfield, and you're obviously been rubbing elbows with both those guys. Obviously, they're different types of players.
Right.
What sort of commonalities do you see between those two guys?
Similar, right?
Yeah. What sort of similarities do you see?
The aggressiveness, coming down in the run fit, being able to cover, be in the post, he's very versatile, and you can see the difference between each year as we go on. And this year, he's played the best I've ever seen him play. So.
What do you see out of Nebraska and their receiver?
They have a great receiving core. With Nebraska, they have a lot of transfers come in. They have a great offense, period. They have a lot of great athletes. But we just got to stick to what we got to do during the week. Practice more film, just be out there and go and just play.
It's like 5 weeks in a row now that you guys are going against a team that you're not sure who the quarterback might be.
Every time.
How is that preparation maybe challenging? Different?
It is kind of difficult, but you just go out there and just prepare for whatever happens, because like I said, it is football, so anything can happen. Anybody can get hurt. You just got to prepare for anything that comes your way. That's what we do on the defenses. So.
Do you notice differences between these three guys, or are they similar enough to where it's a little?
Well, everybody plays differently, but yeah, you do see the difference between each quarterback. But I feel like that's within every team. Not everybody's going to be the same. One's going to be better at passing, one's going to be better at running. So it is what it is, yeah.
It seemed like in 19 it was a similar situation where you had a lot of backups. Can you pull anything from that, or is that just so many years ago it's just different?
We were actually talking about that, like just as a team. It's the same thing that happened in 2019, a bunch of quarterbacks being hurt or something's happened or they get hurt in the game. But like I said, we always prepare for whatever comes, because that's the best way to prepare for a team like that. So,
given that, how impressed when you look at the other side that last week was Tanner's first miss in 45 games, just his durability?
Just for him just to be able to come back, especially with this is last year, you could just see he was kind of – it is for a player to sit out a game, but you could see he was cheering on his teammates even when he wasn't out there, and him be able to come back and show what he can do. So.
I know you guys always focus on the process, and, I mean, the result's important, but talk us through what it does mean just to get a win when you haven't had it maybe in 3 or 4 weeks like you had.
Yeah, winning is hard. Like, it is – people think, like, you barely won. Nah, like, winning is very hard. So, like you said, we always treat a win, like, no matter how many points it is or whatever it is. But it was kind of hard, especially, like, the first 3 weeks coming off with 3 Ls. Sometimes it is kind of hard to get the team going. But as you see, we always whatever week it is, we always try to forget it and move on and do what we got to do. So.
What do you take away from your last trip to Nebraska in 2020? That game?
2020.
COVID year.
It was. I remember it being cold that morning. I do remember that they had to shove the snow off and stuff like that. It was pretty quiet. I remember, but it was a pretty good game. It was a pretty close game. I remember Mo going down, not scoring, so we can run the clock out. I remember that. I don't remember every detail for sure though. So.
But do you remember you have a stadium that seats 100,000 people and there's nobody?
Nobody there. Yeah, it was a odd year, especially from the beginning. I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah.
How has Mo's influence reached the safety room?
The safety room, with him, like, even off the field, being in the locker room, we always joke around what's going on out there. We always talk just what he sees from their defense and stuff like that. So we always talk, even on the field. But his leadership shows, like, coming from, like, the offense and defense. So that's what makes him different.
How does he do that?
His personality, like, always joking around, make sure we're good, not even talking about even football, like make sure we're good personally, to be able to talk about what he sees and what we see from their offense, so it's pretty cool.
Have you seen that go to another level here this year, just given how we watched so much last year?
Yes, especially with him missing the whole year and him having the confidence and be able to go out there and do what he does. It is Mo. It's crazy. I've never seen nobody run the ball like him, so.
Tackling him, can you compare him to anybody else that you've had to tackle?
No, because he's probably the hardest person I ever had to tackle, especially in practice. It's very hard, so.
Anything else for Jordan? All right, thanks, Jordan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.